Yeah, you can put down your hands such that start the lesson. Good afternoon to you all. I will start by introducing myself. My name is Masav Erisa. I work with Mbali Secondary School. I teach mathematics and ICT. I also work with the Holistic E-Learning Platform for now some good time. And during this holiday, we always bring activities to, of course, allow students continue to learn even when they're in holidays. And our lessons for information, lessons always start at 2 p.m. For 2 hours. That means 2 p.m. and you close at 4. And always our WhatsApp inboxes are always open. If you go to those WhatsApp groups, kindly inbox any of those administrators, any question that you would always want to ask a teacher, and you'll be supported. Once in a while, we open our WhatsApp groups to give chance to those who have questions to ask. I want to welcome all of you. And like we always do it here, I'll give chance to 2 students or 3 to give their opening remarks. At least you say your full names and where you're coming from, and a word to the class. Prepare yourself. I'll give chance to 2, 1 boy, 1 girl. And then before, of course, that, I'll give a volunteer to give the word of, to give an opening prayer, of course. And normally when you're given a chance to pray, you start by making a very detailed introduction. You tell us your names and where you're coming from. And yeah, you give the opening prayer. After the opening prayer, you always have a chance to say hello to the class by at least giving them a word of encouragement. So volunteers, put up your hands and I'll give you a chance to give the opening prayer. Before maybe I give chance to highest, Albert Estine's daughter or someone. Can I give chance to Biancy? Biancy, let's test the microphone and see if you can give us the opening prayer. Biancy, your microphone can't work. Someone from PCK, want to assume that is Wikipedia Comprehensive. Treasure, can you give us the opening prayer? Treasure, open your microphone and give us the opening prayer.
All of you humble yourselves for a prayer.
That Treasure, start by making an introduction. We need to know who is praying for us.
My name is Idisha and Treasure. I study in Bishop Cyprian Kihangire, and I'm going to give you a prayer.
Okay,
So let's humble ourselves. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. Dear God, we ask that you may guide us throughout this lesson. Enable the children to understand what the teacher is teaching and teach it to others who have not been around. We pray that you may protect our teacher who is going to teach us, that he may teach us well and we understand. I pray all this in Jesus' name. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Amen. Thank you very much, Treasure. And greetings to the team at Bishop Cyprian. I did not get the location of that school.
Thank you.
Let's type amen in the chat at least to believe in that prayer. Make sure you type amen. Joshua's typed amen at least. Go to the chat and type amen at least. Treasure, you'll give us at least a word or 2 to the class. At least say hello to the class. Tell us something. Where you go.
Thank you for giving me that opportunity. I would like to say, hi class, please focus while teacher is teaching and listen to him. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you very much, Treasure, and greetings to the team that side when you go back. I'm going to request that you put down your hand and we give chance to two students, one boy, one girl, make their introduction and at least one word to the class. Treasure, put down your hand. Can we get two students, a one boy and a girl? You're confident enough to make an introduction in a class, put your hand up and give us at least a hi. And at least where you're coming from. Okay, we are going to start with Maira. I've not pronounced that name very well. Rubowa, at least I am able to pronounce that. Make an introduction.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Good
My
afternoon.
name is Myra Luboa. I'm from Nabisunsa Girls School. And I hope all of us understand what's going to be taught today. And we practice after so that we can get the concept better. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Rubowa, and greetings to the team in Nabisunsa Girls when you go back and at least pass our greetings to those people. I want to welcome all the Nabisunsa Girls children if you're here. Flowers to all of you. And we've also seen another school, Bishop Cyprian, flowers to all of you. The last person to say hello to the class. I saw very many hands. Put your hand back and at least make an introduction. Sasha, start by making your name clear. You can't have just one name.
Okay. Hi, guys. My name is Murinji Audrey from Buranyanji. And a word to you is that please stay concentrated.
Yes, I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon. Your name again? B?
Murinji Audrey.
Birunji.
Murunji.
Murunji, okay. Murunji, okay, proceed.
Guys, please concentrate and don't get diverted.
Murunji. Yeah, only that. I thought you'd add something. Okay, thank you, Murunji from that school was hard. Yaryange girls. Yeah, I've heard from girls from the first person who prayed, the second person, then even the third was a girl. Can we have one boy to close this and we proceed? Yes, Matthew. Matthew, I saw your hand up. Don't again put it down.
I'm Matthew. From Mitiana Secondary School.
Matthew from where?
Mitiana Secondary School.
The name?
Mitiana Secondary School.
Mitiana, okay.
Yes.
Mitiana SS. Yes, how is Mitiana SS?
Very good.
Did Mitiana participate in the national football? Did it reach nationals or
no?
You don't follow sports? No.
Yes.
So next time help your school to reach nationals such that they can come to Mbara at least.
Yes, okay.
Any word to the class, Matthew?
We should be participative and attentive.
We should be what?
Participative and attentive.
Oh. Yeah. So, maybe that was good from Mitiana. And greetings to the team. Of course, when you go back to the school. And yeah, I'll give chance to the last person, Talia. Talia, you can proceed.
Hi everyone, my name is Talia Imani Rakama and I'm in Taiba International.
Wow.
and it's a nice school. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Tyria from Taiba International School. Great for us, the team that side. When we go back. I want to welcome all of you to this lesson. It's going to be a math lesson, and we have a lot of rain this side. I pray it doesn't distort the internet. And I want to find out who at least has been following this. And you're going to help us in the chat because I can't be able to read what is in the chat. Put up your hand and you become a co-teacher this afternoon. Put your hand up and you'll be helping me, especially what is in the chat. Yes, Elias, start by making your introduction such that your friends can know you.
Good afternoon. I'm Leta Eliasaf and I'm from Taiba International School and glad to be your co-host.
Can you repeat your name?
Leta Eliasaf.
Can't hear, there is a lot of rain here.
Leta Eliasaf.
Okay, let me see what we can do. All right, there is a lot of rain this side, but can I find out if anyone is able to hear me? Arias, are you still able to hear me?
Yes.
Okay, you said your name was what?
Leta Eliasaf.
Arias, that is Taiba International.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, you're almost welcome to this lesson. And the Arias will be our co-teacher. I want to give him some rights here. Kindly take us through what is in the chat. In the chat. And because you're a co-teacher, you can open your microphone anytime and at least. We are going to start our lesson from here. And allow me to take you to the first slide. The first slide, I wanted to remind you of the very important book in mathematics that we must know. The first important mathematics book that you must know as a student was written by Balu, and it's a book one. So if you've not interacted with this book, look for it at least and go through it. The second important book here is written by the Vision Publishing Group of companies, and it is also a book one, and it's a good book for mathematics for senior one. So by show of hands, if you've ever read any of these books, or if your school has any of these books, or maybe let's not put up the hands, let's type it in the chat. I want to see if you have it, type the name of the book that you've ever used or the one that is in your class. Let's put down the hands. Next, Arias, you have something to say. Your hand is up. Taria from Taiba International says, I want to know which book. Longhorn, Math Vision, yes, Vision. You have Vision, yes. I think Vision has many people. Baruch, yes. Isaiah says they have both of them. Okay, that is good. Those two books are very important. Treasure, what do you want to? Treasure, open your microphone.
For us, we have one book.
Which book is that?
The one which is color blue.
Color blue is written by Baruch, and it's a good book. So, yeah, make
Yes.
sure you have a copy. You can always buy one of these. The Docomo. Docomo, what's that you wanted to say? Treasure, put down your hand such that Docomo, if that is how they pronounce your name. Mm. Proceed, proceed. Docomo, your microphone is open. If you can't say, I will remove the rights from speaking. Okay. These are two books that are very important. You must at least have ever read one of them. And here at Mbalises, we used both of them, and I've used both of them to come up with today's lesson. So I also wanted to open quickly what is in the syllabus. Of course, most of you may have finished this term's syllabus, but of course, some schools did not finish. In senior one, you're expected to study 3 terms. First term is over. Second term is the one you're going for. And third term will also come. And in first term, you were supposed to study 4 topics. In first term, you were supposed to study 4 topics. And I will assume you've finished all of them. Type in the chat how many have you studied. At Mbalises, we managed to get only 3 topics. I'll put in the chat 3, at least Mbalises. Taiba International, they have finished all of them. And any other, Taiba, all of them. Port, me, all of them. Unfortunately, I'm not seeing the school names. If you put 2, you put the school name. If you put all, put the school name such that I'm able to see. But Ahumza says they have done 2 of them. Good. And NHS, I don't know which school is this from, Namonyo, Favor, but they have done 3 of them. Nabisusa has done 3. Veriangel, yeah, I've done 3. Taiba, they've done all of them. Seroma, we are done. Good from Seroma. And this is Bishop Cyprian. We have done 3. Of course, the average is 3. Most schools have taught only 3 topics. And I want to congratulate. But there is a school that has taught only 2 topics. Maybe you have to worry a little bit. Make sure you get these books and at least try to read ahead of the teachers. And yeah, Makerere, this should be Makerere College from 3 of them. This is Jacqueline, good. Luviri Secondary School, they have done all of it. Navumali High School. Okay, Peva is from Navumali High School, and I think they are done 3 of them. Elite High School, all of them. Good from Elite High School. Okay, let's close that. And at Holistic Learning Platform, we always pick a neutral topic such that every student at least follows. So this is what we expect to study in term 2. Term 2, these are the topics. Kindly write them down such that you always remember to read ahead of teachers, or maybe if you can't read ahead of teachers, then you at least know what the teacher is expected to teach in that next term. And at Holistic Learning Platform, we give students a feel of what they are going to study in the next term. Now, this afternoon, we are going to concentrate on topic number 6. We are skipping geometrical construction skills because I did not tell you to carry your sets early enough, but also technology may not allow us to easily teach geometrical construction skills where you're supposed to construct angles and so on. So what I'll do, I've picked topic number 6. So, and I'm very sure no school has covered topic number 6, and it's the one we are going to start with. And yeah, sequence and number pattern is what we are going to pick this afternoon. And for those who saw the activity that I sent on WhatsApp, you must have known that this is the topic we are going to talk about. And the theme for this topic is pattern and algebra. By show of hands, if you saw the activity that I sent on WhatsApp, by show of hands.
Okay. Yeah, so many people saw the work on WhatsApp. The first one was Jacqueline, Aumza, Kabanda, Joshua, and many others. So in today's lesson, we are going to pick out specifically sequence and number pattern. And I'm going to start by displaying some pictures here. And your role is going to be very simple. You tell me what that picture is, and if possible, you explain to me if whether you've ever seen it or not. You don't need to tell us a lot about that picture. So I'm going to request that all of you put down your hands, and when I display a picture, you then put your hand up and tell us what that picture is and what it means. So the first picture is a botanical one. It is mainly used for herbs in Uganda and some regions around this here in Bad. And it's a, yeah, it's there. I want to know who knows it and you tell us what its name is. Okay, maybe the name is hard because this is the botanical one and this was intention. Let me change now the question. Let me reduce it a little bit. When you look at the picture that I've displayed, which type of leaves are those displayed? Try to tell us the type of leaves. If you know them, are they which type? At least the hand should go up for that question. Are these simple, compound, or what are these type of leaves? Yes, Lugo.
It's a compound leaf.
It's a compound leaf. Why? Why is it compound?
Okay, like its stalks are divided. Okay, like
Okay, yeah, at least you've given us a feel. It's a compound. Yes.
It's divided into many parts.
Okay, okay. Thank you, Lugo. Let me hear from Aiden. Aiden, which one is your answer?
Fibonacci sequence.
That is the name. What is that? The leaf. Why do you call it so? I did not pick the name well.
Because it displays that each answer got is added by two numbers.
Hey. Okay, maybe it's not a lot. It's not. We don't need too much of it. I just wanted you to see a leaf. But what I'm interested in is that when you look at these leaves mathematically, from the mathematical bit of it, what I wanted you to see here is that the leaves downwards, as we go downwards, are longer than the ones that are this side. So you cannot find a leaf here that is longer than the one that is this side down there. And I hope you've noticed that. The next picture that I'm displaying here has been picked from AI. And this one is a picture that shows how you can plant flower gardens at your home to make your compound look very, very good. And you can see that that compound is looking really nice. Assume if this was your home, all the time you'd want to take pictures from that compound. And the next one here, who can explain to us what is happening in this picture? The next picture, I see two gentlemen who can explain to us what is happening here. Aiden. Aiden, which school is that?
Clicker.
It's what?
Clicker.
Rika is what? Which school is that? I've not heard of that.
It's an international school.
It's an international school. Okay, we'll take it. I've not picked the name. I don't also know the name of the school. Maybe the pronunciation didn't come out well. Explain to us what is the image number 3.
So, two men are building a tank using plastic bottles.
Yes, they are building a tank using plastic bottles. And what I wanted you to see in this picture, you can see that these gentlemen are building, like she has said, the water tank using bottles. And you realize that when they start on one layer, they move with it until when they complete it and they start another one like that. And when you study this so well, you realize that there is a pattern. They are not gambling. The next picture that I want to display is still a beautiful flower garden, and it has also been put so well, carefully. Like for those who are able to see, you realize that here there are some red flowers. Even here there are some red flowers. Even the other side. So you realize that every sharp turning, they have put red. This is a pattern. They are not gambling. All these are applications of this sequence and number patterns in real life. You'll get to know as the lesson continues. But you realize that for you to come up with these beautiful compounds to look very nice the way they are appearing here, you must use some mathematics. Even here, there is a lot of mathematics, as we are going to see. The next picture here, who has seen this picture? And if you can quickly tell us what the picture is. Yeah, at least say something in class. J. Rimaya.
It's a brick wall.
Yeah, it's a brick wall. And what is the mathematics here, Jeremiah? Is there any mathematics?
So they're putting certain patterns.
Yeah, they are putting certain patterns. You realize that it is these certain patterns that they are making the brick wall look very nice. But in the process, the brick wall becomes very strong because there are certain patterns it's following. Yes, Farouk, do you want to say something?
Yes, as I'm seeing in the pattern, they started with small, then they went long, like that.
Yeah, then they went wrong. Yes, I've seen that. That is correct. And they went on adding like that. Thank you, Farouk. And maybe Matthew is having something to say. Okay, Matthew's hand has gone down. Let me display the next picture. The next picture is there. And for those who have been to the capital city or to any town, you must have seen that. The picture displayed here is what? And is there any mathematics in this picture? Matthew, you can proceed.
Teacher, it shows colors, red, yellow, and green.
Colors?
Red, yellow, and
red,
green. Yellow, and
yellow,
green. And green.
And green. Is there any mathematics? And what is this first of all?
First of all, there are 3 colors.
Which device is displayed here? I want to know if you understand the device.
Traffic lights.
Yeah, these are traffic lights. And you're seeing red, you're seeing yellow, and green. Tell us the mathematics here.
They are grouped in 3.
They are groups in 3. Every part has
Traffic
3,
light.
3, 3. Correct.
Yes.
Okay, that is good. Aiden, do you want to add something?
There are traffic lights, and I think the way they are lighting in a diagonal form.
They are lighting in the diagonal form, correct? There is some mathematics there as well. And maybe to wrap it up is that when you look at these traffic lights, there are no chances. Okay, let someone explain to us, what does the red mean, yellow, and green before I say my submission? For those who have seen traffic lights and you understand, when it's red, what happens? When it's yellow and when it's green? I want to at least give chance to a person who has not said anything. 9 others, okay. Let me give chance to, yes, Jacqueline, you can go on.
Red means stop. Red means stop. Yellow means get ready. and green means go.
I beg your pardon? Red means?
Red means stop. Red means stop. Yellow means get ready, and green means go.
All right. I think that is very correct. And thank you, Jacqueline. Jacqueline is from forgetting that school. Jacqueline, which school is that? Jacqueline, I need to.
Makerere High School, Megade.
Makerere High School. Okay.
Megade.
All right. Thank you. Rubo, do you have something to add? Ruboa? Okay. Jeremiah, do you have something to add?
Yeah, now traffic lights use math. Is that they time the speed at which a car is moving so that they can stop other cars to pass.
Hey. Okay, thank you, Jeremiah. There is a lot of math here. Of course, if I give chance, everyone will speak the mathematics, but the mathematics here is that, like he said, every tile here has theory. Now, there is no possibility that one of them will have red and will have yellow and green at the same time. Each of these must have one light turned on at every time, and that is a pattern. It's not gambling. There is a lot of pattern here. There is a lot of mathematics here. It's not gambling. For example, if you see green here, it means these ones who are using this road can proceed. The ones that are using the middle road, get ready, like Jacqueline said. And these ones who are on the first line, these ones must have stopped completely. So when this one gets ready, it goes to green, and this one stops, and like that, like that. So this one from red, it goes to yellow, then to green, like that. There is a pattern like we are going to see. The last picture here is taken from Bali here. Here in Bali, we have a culture, Kadodi, and the girls you're seeing here are preparing to dance Kadodi. And what they're making there, they tie them in their waists and they use it for dancing Kadodi. When that time comes, I've seen this in Uganda, and I've seen it in, of course, mostly regions. You see the children, the girl children especially, tie that around their waist. There's a lot of math here as well. And we'll get to see is applied in all this, and specifically sequences and patterns. And the last one to end with is this sunflower. For those who have ever seen a sunflower, it looks like that. And for those who have ever tasted the cooking oil from this plant, it is the best. And though it's very expensive, but if you have a keen look, you'll always see that there are so many patterns inside there. And if you're to relate it to mathematics, we are going to see how these patterns come up. Of course, some of them are by nature, but some of them can be forced. Like you see how to create a garden, flower garden, you can force that one to bring out a certain pattern, but like now that sunflower, that one is nature. The bricks here, you can force it to get a pattern. The traffic lights, you can set a pattern such that you know which one stops and which one comes after the other. So all this is to introduce us to sequences and number pattern. And when we are talking about sequences and number pattern, of course, we can't forget to see what patterns are around us. I know where you're seated, there are so many patterns. At some point, I will ask you to tell me some of those patterns, but I want us to start with spotting the pattern. I'm going to display something here. You'll put up your hand and spot the pattern. Are you able to see the pattern? Are they adding 1 or 2? Are they adding 3 or 4? Are they reducing or they are multiplying? And what is the next if given chance? Those questions are going to be here. Of course, I've picked what is around us. You might find these are things you're seated with. I just sampled randomly. But before I display my question, by show of hands, who is ready to take on the first task? That one is called confidence. Even before you see the question, you're very ready. Jeremiah was the first, and Matthew, these are serious students. Okay, but the task may be very hard, and here is the task. What you're seeing here is what? And The question is, before I ask the question, first tell us what has been displayed if you're able to see on your screen. Farouk.
I'm seeing the pattern green, the upside is green, which has 3. Also blue, which is 3. But I'm seeing red with 4.
Red is 4. And what are
Yes.
those? Those the chairs, are those what?
The cups.
Cups, okay. Any other person who wants to supplement? Thank you, Farouk. That was a good one. I want to give a person who has not spoken anything. And this is Akide. That's how they pronounce your name, Akide. Start by telling us your school. Akile.
I am from BCK.
BCK is what?
Bishop Cyprian Tiandre.
Okay, so
Bishop Tiandre.
it's okay. It's okay. You can proceed.
So what I see these cups. They are stacked in order, like they are going in a pattern +1 +1 +1. The first 3 cups are green. Second 3 cups are the third 3 cups are stacked in blue and red.
Okay, yeah, that is a good observation. BCK team, you people are now very many here so far. I've seen 2. The first person from was Treasure, who gave us the opening prayer. Okay, let me display the question now. Get ready for the question. And the question is, when you study this pattern here, what happens to the number of cups in there? Who has seen what is happening to the number of cups in each layer? Ahmed, I've not heard you speak.
Good afternoon, teacher. I am Ahmed. And to reply to your question, my answer would be that in each layer, the cups decrease. As in the first layer, the cups were 4. But in the second layer, the cups were 3. Now, in the third layer, the cups were 2. And in the last layer, the cup was 1.
Okay. Ahmed confirms to us the cups are actually decreasing from layer 1, like that, like that, like that. Thank you, Ahmed. Which school is that, Ahmed?
I haven't really joined the school yet. I just came from Pakistan.
Came back from where? Pakistan?
From my home country.
That is which country?
Pakistan.
Pakistan.
Yeah.
Pakistan. Yeah, hope you joined the school. Of course, you saw the topics. Your friends have covered an average of 3 topics. Catch up. Make sure you join second term.
Yeah.
Okay, let's hear from Israel. Kalatunga. Israel? Any observation? If Israel is not ready, let's hear from Luvoa. Luvoa is from Girls. Yes.
According to me, in each layer the color changes. Okay, in the first two layers, the color changes, and in the last 2 layers, the color is the same.
The color is the same. Yeah, so yeah, there is that change in the color. Thank you, Boa. There is that color change. Apart from the last one, which is repeating, and that is in fine art, it's a design. There is no mistake when you're designing in. So first one, it changed. The second one, it changed. The third one, it changed. Fourth one, it remained the same. Okay, let's get the next question. Now the next question, get a piece of paper and get ready to get it right or fail it. And we're going to use the chat to post our answers. Are you having a piece of paper? I will show you. And yeah, the next question is requiring you to put it down. Jeremiah, can you read for us that question?
What comes next if we add another layer at the bottom?
What comes next if we add another layer at the bottom? Yes. Get to your paper and try to put that pattern down. Can we have all our hands down? Unless if you want to repeat. Unless if you want to respond to question number 2. If you're sure of what comes next at the bottom, leave your hand up. Favor was from Navumali High School. Let me hear. Is that true? Favor?
Yeah, I'm from Mali High School.
How many topics did you do? 3 or 4?
We did 3.
You did 3. Okay. It's okay. Proceed, Favor.
I'm asking what comes next if we add another layer at the bottom. I have the answer for the other layer.
Yes.
The other layer, it will be 10.
It will be 10. Yeah, Martha. Favor has told us it is 10. The next, thank you, Martha, from Navumali High School. Let's find out from other people and see how many they will. This is Jude. Yes, Ahumza. Which school is that, Ahumza?
Light Academy Mkono.
Light Academy. Jude, yes, you can proceed. How many?
I think it will be 5.
I think it will be 5, okay?
Yes.
Yes. Jude says, I think there will be 5. Let me hear from Patience Genevieve. Is that Mbarisis? Patience.
Hi.
Patience, which school is that?
Yes.
School is that?
St. Mary's. Girls.
St. Mary's what?
St. Mary's Idiope Girls. Idiope Girls.
Idiope is in northern Uganda.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, you can proceed. You can proceed, Patience.
The number that comes next is 5.
It's 5. Okay, 5 to people. Navali said 10. Now people are saying 5, 2 people. Can I get the last person to confirm this? Thank you, Patience. And maybe let me give a chance to Matthew. Can I proceed?
Teacher. Hello?
Yes, Matthew.
There will be 6.
There will be 6.
Yes.
Okay, let's start with Matthew. Why are they 6?
Because the first year there are 4.
Mm.
We need to put another two glasses so that they can support the other glasses.
Okay, thank you. Can we know why there are 5? I'm putting down all your hands such that I know why there are 5. If you're putting up your hand, you should be going to tell us why there are 5. If you're sure, you know why there are 5. Jeremiah?
So because they are they're increasing by 1. Like
increasing by 1.
The first layer has 1 cup, second layer has 2 cups, third layer has 3, and the fourth layer has 4 cups. So the next layer should be a different color and a different number.
Okay, I think I want to agree that the correct answer is 5. I'm going to lower everyone's hand to give this a vote. If you're sure your answer is 10, put your hand up, starting from Navumali High School, which gave us the answer, of course. Patience and your team, if you're sure the answer is 10, 10, no person has put up their hand. Where is Patience? Not Patience, Favor, sorry. Favor? Even your hand has gone down. Why? Are you withdrawing the answer?
Yes.
Okay, you're withdrawing your answer to give which answer?
To give 5.
To give 5, okay. Favor has removed 10 to give us 5. And let me test and see how many people believe the answer is 5. If you're to look at that by show of hands. 3 people, 4 people, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 13.
Now, oh, person who gave us 6, will you have people? Let me see. Okay. 17 people have voted 5. 17 people have voted 5. Let's put down the hands. And I know all of you who have voted 5. Can I see people who have voted? If your answer is 6, your answer is 6, put up your hand if your answer is 6. If your answer is 6. If you're sure your answer is 6, can I have your hand go up? Okay. No person's hand is up. It means 6 has been abandoned, including Matthew, who gave us the answer. Was that Matthew who gave us the answer? Matthew, was that you?
Yes, it was me.
Sorry?
It was me who gave.
Yes, are you withdrawing 6?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so Matthew has withdrawn 6, so we can't leave it in the poll, and the correct answer is 5 because they are adding 1. I mean, they are reducing 1 from the bottom. Here they were 4, they reduced to give you 3, so on and so on like that. So obviously what is down is 5. And what we learn from this is called a pattern. A pattern is always a rule that is followed. Like we always do in the new curriculum. I don't know how you're doing it that side, but we don't have notes for you. There are no specific notes. So if you find this important for you to write, but we were trying to define what is a pattern. And you can see that people have given us the pattern is 5. And to you, in your own words, what do you think is a pattern? If you're asked to define what a pattern is. It's from the pattern that we have got this beautiful thing you're seeing here. And of course, at the later time, I'll ask you what is a pattern, but make sure you write something down to remind you. So I'm about to display the second question. Now, I've displayed the second question, and can I know if you can hear me? The rain here is increasing. Jeremiah, are you able to hear me?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. Start by telling us what you've seen in this picture. What is that picture? Explain to us what that picture is.
Picture
It's
of a
what?
brick.
A picture of a brick. Thank you. Any other person? Jeremiah has seen a picture of a brick. Any other person? Any other person who has seen this picture and you seem to have understood it? Marvel, you can proceed.
I've seen a picture of bricks that are put together to form a wall.
Yeah, they are a picture of bricks put together to form a wall. Yes. And yeah, Tracy, do you have something? Thank you, Marvel.
It's a picture of a brick wall put together to
A picture of
form.
a brick wall.
Yes.
To form what? You want to say something?
To form a brick wall.
So let me give you the last chance. What have you seen?
It's a picture of a brick wall, and they used
Picture of a brick wall.
and they used patterns to form it.
Okay. Yeah, you've corrected. Otherwise, the first way you had brought it, anyone would feel you have feared to give us the answer. Yeah, they are bricks literally that have been put together using a pattern to form a brick wall. Thank you, everyone who has passes. There is Alinda. Alinda, you've not said anything. You can proceed. Alinda, you put your hand up. Alinda, you needed to say something. Yeah, Alinda. Yes, say something.
The pattern is of bricks laid down in an order of which certain bricks lie on a spot where other bricks are in between.
Yeah, that is a good one, Alinda. Alinda is from which?
King's College, Budo.
King's College, Budo. Okay,
Budo.
you're most welcome. Great for us, the people that side from King's College. Okay, thank you, Alinda. And I'm going to display the question. Who is going to get this question right? I want to see who is getting this question right. Yeah, two people are claiming they'll get this right. By show of hands, if you're sure you're going to get this question right. 3 people, 4 people. Yes. Okay. Let me display the question. The question is, Joshua, can you read for us the question? Joshua has closed the microphone, and I'll give chance to Patience to read for us the question. Patience. Okay, Patience is delaying. Okay. Yeah, Patience is off again. Can we give chance to Natalia? Natalia, yes?
Um, how are the bricks arranged?
All right, the question is clear. These bricks, everyone has identified them as bricks. How are they arranged? Tell us how they are arranged. I'm going to start with the person who has not said anything here. And who is that? Who is that? Put your hand up. Okay, let's give chance to Beat Sobok. Beat Sobok, you can proceed.
The bricks are arranged in patterns.
Yes, they are arranged in patterns, and yeah, that is a good one. Bishop, are you able to identify the pattern? Unfortunately, our microphone has gone off. Jeremiah?
So they are arranged in bond patterns.
They are arranged in what?
Bond patterns.
Bond patterns. Can I know what is bond?
Like they are joined together.
They are joined together. Yes. Any other person? Let me see. Yes, Bishop has come back, maybe to supplement. Bishop, finish your answer. Bishop Oka's microphone is not opening. Aiden, you can proceed. What are you seeing as your answer? How are these bricks arranged?
They're arranged in a pattern by which the row below is set to be half of the brick that's above it. Yes.
What? I think that is very, very good. Aiden has given us a different view of this pattern. The row below is the half, is what? I beg your pardon, Aiden.
The bricks below are offset by half of the length of the bricks above.
Yeah, so you realize the other one above them are always a half, and I think that is a very good observation. Thank you, Aiden. Who else wants to say something? Yes, Alinda, you can add something.
The bricks are laid in a pattern of 5 to 6, of which where there are 5 bricks, six bricks are laid on top.
Where there are 5, 6 of them are laid on top. That is another
Yes.
good observation. The rows are not having the same number of bricks, and it's a good observation. Yes, we may not give chance to everyone. I'll close all your mic. Yeah, I'll have to close your microphone once again. And I was saying, this is also a good a good picture that can bring out, for those who are making notes, a pattern. Remember, we want to know what is a pattern, and everyone has identified a pattern in these bricks. They have just not been just put. There is a pattern behind it. So you realize that when you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this one is a half, like that girl said, but I'm forgetting the person who told us, every time there are 6, they put 5 on top, like that, like that. Whichever that you've discovered, it is called a pattern. Whichever that you've discovered is called a pattern. And the pattern helps you to come up with these brick walls, and it is used for constructing houses. You cannot just put, and can someone explain to us, why is it that every time there are 2 bricks down, in the middle they put another brick in? You can see they are doing the same. 2 bricks here, they put 1 on top, like that, like that. Who can explain to us, why are they doing it? Aidan?
They are put like that to provide structural stability to the building.
Structural stability to the building. Yeah, it's not just a pattern, it's to give the strength, or to make the wall to be very strong, like you had said. Otherwise, if you build carelessly, then it will just break down with time. Now, the last question, you get a paper and give us this answer. I'm going to read it myself. The question is there a repeating unit? Is there a repeating unit? When you see that picture, is there any unit that is repeating according to what is your observation? Alinda?
My observation is that the units that are repeating is 6 to 5 and then 6 to 5. That it's just a repeating pattern of which 6 bricks go to 5 bricks, then 5 bricks go to 6 bricks.
6 to 5 like that is what is repeating. Yeah, a good observation. Thank you, Alinda. Any other person? Any other person is hand? Put your hand up and tell us anything you observe that is repeating. So what I can say last about these patterns around us is that every time there is a pattern you're following, it must remain the same. You can't put 6 here, then put 5 on top, then you reach here and put 3, and you want to put 7 again up here. You'd have gone off the pattern, and that is the definition of a pattern. Yes, Akel.
What I see, the units that are repeating, I see 6 to 5. Yeah, 6 and 5.
6
yes.
and 5, yes, like Alinda said. So what is repeating is the one we refer to as a pattern. Joshua, do you have some?
Teacher.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, Joshua, I can hear.
I think that they are repeating themselves, like they added 5 at first, then they got 4 plus 4 halves, repeating.
I beg your pardon, they did what?
I see on the first layer, there were 5, second layer, 4 full bricks and 2 halves, and the other layer they continued with 5 repeating.
Okay. Now you have given us a different observation. You realize that there are 5 down and also there are 5 up. They are not 6 like some people are saying. But I don't know why people are not seeing that. But we will take 6 because people are assuming maybe the other one. But they are half you're seeing on join to make one brick to give it what? 6 like to observe the. Yeah, thank you. But at least what is important here is that the pattern is remaining the same. So I don't know whether by now you I don't know whether by now someone can define for us what is a pattern, but it is something like a rule, and you can see that it is helping us generate some serious work here. And make sure you write, of course, down. Look for all these examples. If you can write the questions down to guide you until when you can discover what is a pattern. But before I get the definition of the pattern, okay, let's get someone to sample what could be a pattern. Jeremiah.
Yeah, a pattern is an arranged of numbers, shapes, colors that are repeated in a certain order.
That are repeated in a certain order. Yeah, repeated is what is important here. Repeated. Thank you, Jeremiah. Nabumali High School, Favor, try to define on this.
A pattern is a sequence of numbers, shapes, colors, or objects.
Is a sequence. Is a sequence. And yeah, Favor has given a new term called sequence. And what I can maybe add in her definition is that it is a uniform sequence, Favor. It's not any sequence. It must be a uniform one. Yes. Alinda. Then Joshua will come last.
A pattern is anything that relates due to repetition or consecutive addition.
Yeah, or consecutive addition. Sometimes they can be subtraction and so on. But what is important is that they are consecutive. It doesn't, again, skip. It must remain the same. Yes, Joshua, thank you so much, of course, the boy who had just given us that. Joshua?
A pattern is a uniform sequence with consecutive adding, subtraction, multiplication, division of numbers.
And at least what I picked from that definition is uniform. So by now, I will assume you've known the definition of what is a pattern. I'm just going to give you a guiding story here, a pattern and a sequence. And let's read through this, and it can guide us to harmonize all your submissions to get for us the definition. Martha, Lubo, can you read for us that text? At least we are not now defining, just read for us that text. Carefully, of course.
Number pattern sequences. Just like we saw patterns in objects, numbers, we also follow specific rules. We call ordered numbers a sequence. Each number in the sequence is called a term.
Each number in the sequence is called a term. Okay. There's something disturbing me here a little. What do I do here? Okay. Yeah, she has read for us this, and I want to just repeat for emphasis. Just like we saw in patterns, patterns in objects, numbers can also follow specific rules. We call unordered. Sorry, there is no full stop here. That's why she struggled. Specific rules we call an ordered list of numbers, a sequence. Okay, you can leave the full stop there. Each number in the sequence is called a term. Now, there are two questions here for you that you must answer. But of course, I'm going to give you the definitions at the end of the lesson. But like some people have said, a pattern has to be repeated. It has to be it has to be a uniform sequence. And Joshua talked about it being uniform by addition, subtraction, and so on, like he listed there. So I want you to answer for me these two questions. If you see any question, now confidently put up your hand such that we make the notes for those who are making the notes. Is there anything here that you understand? What is a sequence and what is a term of the sequence? Yes, I'm going to give chance to Ahmed. Yes, Ahmed, proceed. Anything that you can define there. For those who are writing now, get ready to write something like this.
A sequence is an ordered list of numbers.
Is an ordered list of numbers. Yes, I've seen ordered list of numbers. Thank you, Ahmed. It's a good start for us. Luvoa Meira. Luvoa has been very active, and yeah, I thought you're giving this a trial as well. But if you've dropped, let's give chance to. Yes, Luvoa, you can proceed. I've given you chance from Navisons.
A sequence is like to arrange things into a sequence.
Yeah, to arrange things.
Okay, it's a set of numbers. Yeah, it's a set of numbers.
It's a set of numbers. I want you to use the text, go through that text well and summarize it to give us the definition of what is a sequence and what is the meaning of the word term in a sequence. I'll close your microphone for now to give you a chance to reorganize yourself. But the definition is within that text if you put it together. Like Ahmed really tried to spot the definition from that. Let me get a chance to hear from Marvel. Marvel, you can proceed.
I think a sequence is an ordered list of numbers or like objects in different patterns. Yeah.
In different patterns. Yeah, that is a good one. Type it maybe in the chat for your friends to copy, but that is very okay. Let's just give chance to Alinda to see if we can give us the alternative definition, but I believe she has really tried to give us the definition.
A sequence is a consecutive pattern of numbers of which they all have a specific rule to follow when adding up, subtracting, or reducing.
All right. They have to follow a specific rule or a certain pattern, like everyone is saying. Thank you, Alinda. Jeremiah's hand has been up for so long. Jeremiah, you can proceed.
A sequence is a mathematical objects that follow a particular pattern that follow a certain rule or formula.
I beg your pardon?
A sequence are mathematical objects that follow a certain pattern that are characterized by a rule or formula.
Rule or formula? Yeah, make sure. Yeah, specific rule or formula. Yeah, I at least get specific rule or formula. So once it's following a specific rule or formula, then that is going to be a sequence. And make sure you write something down. I wanted to give a chance to Luboa after she had organized herself, but I think the hand has gone down. Treasure, you want to wrap this up?
I think a sequence is a list of numbers or objects that follow a pattern.
Yeah, that follow a pattern or a specific rule. Yeah, I think you closed this treasure. And allow us to go to something different. Make sure you have put that list down. Now, when they talk of a sequence, there is something they always call a term in a sequence. A term in a sequence. By show of hands, who could be knowing what is a term in a sequence? A term in a sequence. Someone is using Samsung S4 Ultra. I wanted to give you a chance to talk to us. That looks like the most expensive phone in this meeting. I want to assume so. But start by telling us your name. Samsung S and for Ultra. Start by telling us your name. I've given you a chance, but you can't speak. I wanted to know your name so that we can call you by name. Try to open your microphone again. Open your microphone. I'm requesting you open your microphone. Just press yes, and it will allow you to open it. Okay, if you can't succeed, then may I know why Jeremiah's hand is up, and these hands are many. We need to, Jeremiah, start. Tell us why your hand is up, then we'll give chance to patience and aid them.
The term of a sequence is a particular number.
If your network stabilizes.
Teacher.
Yes.
A term of a sequence is a particular number in that sequence.
It's a particular number in that sequence. Is it my network or it's network for everyone that side? Put up your hand if you're able to hear me so well. I'm starting to doubt my network after the too much rain. 8 people can hear, 10, 11, 12. Okay, you can put down the hand. Yeah, I want to move to the next thing at least. For the sequence, I will give you more alternative examples for you to understand what is a term in a sequence. But when we have a sequence, for example, 2, 4, 6, 8, the 2, the 4, the numbers we write in between the sequence after a comma, the terms. If I ask you the second term, the fourth term, like that. But for those who want to write this down, you write it after the next 2 slides because we want to learn how is a sequence generated. So I want to give you an example here in real life about sequences, and it's going to rotate around saving of money. By show of hands, have you ever saved the money? I'm going to put down all your hands. And if you put up your hand, it means you've ever saved money, and you're going to give us a complete experience of how money is saved. Magezi George, I saw a Magezi George name. It was a very new name here. Yes, Magezi, you have something to say? Have you ever saved the money? Okay, Magezi has dropped his. Okay, let's hear from Ahmed. Have you ever saved money? Your microphone is still open.
Yes, teacher, I have.
Ahmed, first give me that story. You were P7 from Pakistan or from Uganda?
Pakistan, kind of. In Pakistan, you don't end in P7. It's like you keep going on till the 8th.
Eh. Now, are you going to join? Anyway, I think it is obvious. From Pakistan, you're joining senior 1.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we pray that you quickly adapt to our curriculum and you at least learn something. And Tell us about saving money. You people save money, that's it.
Yeah, we do. Like sometimes, when something catches your eye, it's not a must for you to go and beg your parents that give me money, I need to go buy something. It does feel
Yes.
like I can't ask them the amount at once, but I can ask it from them in like sometimes. Like today I'll ask him, give me 10 rupees. Then again after 1 week I'll ask him,
10
give me
rupees is
15.
like how much in Uganda? 10 rupees?
I can't give you the exact math calculation, but I can compare it. Like I think here it's 1,000 shillings, and there it's
About
like 10
1.
rupees.
Okay, so you go that give me some 10 rupees, yes?
Yeah, so then I don't like if the thing is for 50 rupees, I just won't ask him at once that give me 50 rupees. I'll ask him after days, first 10, then 15, gradually increasing the amount.
Until you realize all the money that you want. Okay, yeah, it's a good one from Pakistan. Let me hear from Se Kavembe. I've always wanted to pronounce this name. Matthew, you can proceed. Have you ever saved money?
Yes.
Okay, give us this.
You save money while you are giving the reason why you are saving money and the things you want to buy.
Mm. So have you ever succeeded on saving money?
Yes.
Matthew is from Mitiana. Huh? Mitiana. Now Mitiana. How do you save money that side? You go to the bank or use mobile money, or what do you use to save the money? Or you dig a hole?
No, I use a piggy bank.
A piggy bank.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so how much do you have in the piggy bank? Is it, or you're worried that we may come and steal the money?
No.
Like you have how much?
50K.
50K. Okay, let's hear from Luboa. Luboa, you can tell us a story from Nabisunsa.
Okay. Saving money is like, okay, like keeping money and do not use it until a specific time.
Yes.
Yeah, so me before I did my PLE, I received money and I saved it and I came up with 1 million and I
1
took
million? 1 million. Where were you saving the 1 million? You can.
I kept it okay in my wallet. Like, yeah, in the wallet.
Okay, when you're saving, which one was the largest sum of amount of money you saved at once? 50,000? Or it was more than that?
It was 1,000.
The largest?
No, actually, it was 2,000. Yeah, 2,000.
You've never saved 10,000 at once?
I have, but not like a lot.
2,000 and you kept saving until it became 1 million. That one took you a lot of time.
Oh,
Okay, yeah.
oh, no, 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 no. Okay. I think, okay, it was in 2000. Okay, it was like 50, then 10, like that.
It was some big sum of money sometimes.
Yeah.
Were these gifts or you would receive payments and they give you the money?
They were gifts and some were my hard work.
Hard work, what do you do?
Okay. At home, I was bored. So I made the art business. Like I did art, then I sold it and I earned money.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a story for another day. But yeah, that is good. If you save 1 million, we'll come back to you and at least you teach people how to make money out of art. I've always
Okay,
wanted to hear from this
I
person
shall.
and 24 Ultra. Can you talk to us? Talk to us, this person using S.1 Ultra. And this is the last time I'm giving you a chance. Your hand is up and you can't really talk to us. Okay. Jeremiah, summarize for us this and we display the task.
Yeah, before PLE, I used to draw small things and I sell it to some friends of mine.
You used to do what before PLE?
I used to draw some small things and I would sell it to my friends.
You draw like fine art?
Yeah.
Hey,
Then I
which
made
one was the most expensive one you ever sold?
I sold all of them at 5,000.
At 5,000?
Yes, one is 5,000.
One is 5,000. Okay.
Yeah.
How much is the biggest money you ever saved?
I think it was 60K.
60K. Yeah, that's a good one. Okay, let's get quickly to our question. When we are saving money, we use these boxes. This is a locally designed box. Get your money, put there. Get your money, put there. And why we make that hole too small is because we want to encourage the saving culture. Don't put there the money and again hurry to remove. Make that hole small intentionally. And some people call it a piggy bank, and I will assume some of you here have ever used, and you know how important that thing is. And for us during Christmas time, we used to dig a hole, then you hide where people can't see. So you do carry the 100. By that time, we didn't have access 1,000 at once. The biggest amount we would access was 500. So you dig a small hole. Normally, we would dig it behind the kitchen or maybe in the bush, actually, where people can't easily see. Then you'd cover well and put soil on top. So you'd go open, put your 500 in there, and you save. So it's a good one. During our time when we were growing, we used to use it, and it worked out for us. So at Christmas time, you got 500. So you buy some soda and at least buy some balloons, then make sure you have a watch for yourself. Yeah, and the Christmas would go. So this would help us get about 2,000. By that time was some good money. So you cannot get that money. Demonstration here of someone to save money in that box, and this one is a coin. Normally, it's recommended to use coin because it may encourage you to may start to steal. But when you're saving coins, we assume they're affordable. You can always get them. And now the task is okay. My internet is disturbing a little. I will connect shortly. But what I was saying is that we used to save money. Yeah, the biggest money you would save was about 2,000 shillings, and you'd be adored. And it would allow you buy some balloons, you would buy a watch, and you buy some soda. A soda was a must on Christmas time. Then you also go to the center and walk at least for people to see the new clothes and also maybe to admire what you have bought. So I wanted to display this question. Unfortunately, my laptop went off. My network went off, but I'm putting it back. But before I bring it back, can I hear from someone who has ever saved money to give us another success story? Who else here has a story that you want to share with us? Were you saving money for Christmas or you saved money for what? And how much is that money you've ever saved? Your hand should go up. As we wait for the hand, Matthew can complete his story. Matthew can proceed. Your microphone is open now.
Yeah, teacher, when you save, you can buy anything you want.
Recording in progress.
You can buy anything you want. First of all, it builds your money. You can do anything you want, and that money you do. But sometimes, if you have anything to buy, like a phone, shoes, anything you want, your parents can add on that.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Matthew, for giving us that. I saw two hands here. Yes, Angelina, give us your story before I display my question. Yeah, Angelina, what's your savings? Angelina, are you able to hear me? Angelina? Angelina? Okay, if Angelina, okay, proceed.
Hello?
Yes, proceed, Angelina.
I've ever saved money for my sisters to buy some soda and bread for this one for Christmas.
Hey, that was good. How much was that you saved?
3,000.
3,000, Angelina. Okay, that is good. I pray you continue that saving culture and maybe it gets to one to 10,000 or even 15, because we've seen a challenge from Nabisunsa girls. She ever saved up to 1 million. And also grew up to 50 and so on like that. Okay, the task is here. You save 100 shillings each day. And day one, you save that. Day two, you save that. Day three, you save that. Day four, you save that. And the task is, what will you have saved at the end of the day? At the end of 5 days, can you get to your books and at least try that out? What would you have saved at the end of the 5 days?
500.
Yeah, the hands have gone up. Mm,
6.
okay. Yes, Nantaria, proceed.
It's 500 shillings.
500 shillings.
Yes.
500 shillings. Yes, thank you, Natalia. Let me just try to see if someone else has the same answer. Alpha. Alpha, proceed. Alpha, or let me get Elisa. My co-teacher here. You have been very quiet. What adapt? 500. Did you lose your rights? Yes. Okay, I'm going to give you back the rights. But is the by the 50th day, because every day you're saving 100 shillings, 100 shillings, 100 shillings. Because I've seen in the chat some other money, but of course, what I want to encourage here is that the money is supposed to be 500 shillings, because you save each day 100, and by the end of the 50th day, it will be only 500. Of course, someone is worried that this is small money they are saving, but this is a sequence. And of course, sequence like this. I'm just going to put a sequence here for you to see the sequence here. The sequence is 100. The next one is 200 shillings. The third one is 300. Then the fourth one is 400. And what is going to be the fifth one is why we are saying it is 500. Don't go ahead and add everything, give you that too much money. I think we've done this. Yes, Alinda, you have something? Alinda?
I have a question. If they give us a question, for example, first day, let's say 10,000 shillings, second day, 50,000 shillings, then third day, let's say 100,000 shillings. Do we still use the same method or we use a different method?
Of course, it will depend. It will depend on the question, like we are going to see the questions going forward. But according to what you've said, there is no pattern they are using here. But of course, you did not organize your question. But if you organize, you realize there is a pattern they're following. It means this person is adding, for example, 1,000. Then the next day, 5,000, like you said, is adding 4,000 each day. So formula like that. So you are supposed to generate what we call the pattern or the rule. The one we were using And in your primary, of course, primary, there is no new curriculum. There is no curriculum reform. They've not done much that side, but this is what we used to do, like this. Have you now remembered that? Plus what?
Yeah.
Plus 100. So you're supposed to come up with this rule. Make sure you identify that rule. And once you identify that rule, it will help you to predict the next value. So, but if the question changes that all together, how much will that money be? Then you add everything. So we will proceed at that point. For those who are taking screenshots or you're writing down, make sure you write. But I'm going to post these slides in our WhatsApp such that you at least have them on your phone. So the next task here is we are now going to learn how to generate sequences because of time. Let's learn this very fast and you go back to whatever you were doing. When we are generating these sequences, you realize that many people were talking of addition, subtracting. So sometimes we generate a sequence when we are adding some value on it. Like the previous example, we're adding 100 shillings. Then sometimes you remember the caps when we were starting. You realize that the sequence was being generated by subtracting. We had 4 caps, we had 3 caps, we had 2 caps, and lastly 1. That one meant we're subtracting. Sometimes we add, sometimes we subtract. Sometimes we divide, and so on. Can I get a volunteer to read for us this? I'm going to open all your microphones such that you speak anytime you want. But before someone gives us, I feel people are tired, test to see if your microphone is working by saying hello, hello, and I see if I can hear you. I've opened everyone's microphone at least to say something.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Make sure your
Hi.
microphone works.
What's up?
Wagwan, wagwan.
What's up?
Hello.
Wagwan.
Bombo clat, bombo clat.
Hello.
The man, you know.
Wagwan.
How's
My
life?
wagwan.
Man, we need order, we need order.
Wait, who has asked you?
Boy, this is not a market, man.
Who has asked you?
Tell the man.
No mother.
My mother? My guy, have you seen your face? You
Okay,
probably
I'll
look like...
assume everyone has tested the microphone, and can we now close them? Let's be good students. Let's be good students. Let's be good students. Let's close those microphones. Don't open the microphone again. Okay, can we give chance to a person to read for us what is on the screen? Let me see who has not. Yes, Sasha. Sasha, you can proceed. Audrey, read for us that.
The adding stroke subtracting rule. Sometimes, to get the next number in a sequence, we add or subtract the same amount each time.
And can you manage to explain to us that? Remember, we are learning how to generate sequences.
Okay. For example, a pattern of 1, 2, 3, the thing is we have to add one plus one plus one until we get a missing number. So if we are to get the if we are to get a number in a sequence by subtracting, like 5, 4, 3, 2 dash, we'll subtract. We'll first find out the number which is common to be subtracted, which is 1, and we'll say -1, -1, -1 until we get the answer. So if when we are to find the next number in a sequence, we add or subtract the same amount each time and get the answer.
All right, thank you so much, Sasha. Audrey. And the Audrey said was from, I'm forgetting that school. Which school was that?
Branyanji.
Branyanji. Huh? It's a hard name. It's a girls' school.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, she has explained to us what. Any other person who has something else to add on that technique of generating the rule? Treasure, you can proceed. Treasure, proceed. Or if Treasure is not ready, Joshua, you can take up from there.
Teacher,
I
had a network problem, so I've not been following.
Sorry about that. Hope it has stabilized. Joshua, you can proceed. Joshua is not able.
Okay, that's adding, like we have the sequencing of 2,
Okay,
4.
Joshua, hold on. I close everyone's microphone because people have started now. Joshua, you can proceed. Open your microphone again.
Teacher, about adding and subtracting, you can use the pattern which is like 2, the sequence like 2, 4, 6, 8. If it's adding, it will be 2 plus 2, you will get 4, and again 4 plus 2, get 6, and 6 plus 2 will get 8. That's
Yes, 8
adding.
and so on. Yeah, thank you. I think you've explained adding so well. So we'll just pick up from there for subtraction. So I'm going to show you tasks here where you're going to learn how to generate a frequency. But we are going to start by learning how to add or subtract a rule. The first example is there. Study the sequence below. Have you seen the sequence? Put up your hand and tell me whether they are adding or they are subtracting to get the next number. Are they adding or subtracting to get the next number? Okay, let's put it in the chat. Type it in the chat. I've been unable to read all your chats, but let me read for now. Are they adding or they are subtracting to get the next number? Yeah, Audrey says they're adding. Alinda says they're adding. And yeah, they are adding. Yes, I think that is a good observation. Angelina has the same, and 5 other people. Aidan has the same. They're adding by 3. Favor says they are adding, and so on. Sonia, Nakibuka adding, Jacqueline adding, and so many other people. Checking 1, 2. This is Jude. Now you want to check from the chat. Okay. Yes, they are adding. At least Patience has confirmed they are adding. So the question is, now get ready to give me the question. What do you think is being done? What do you think the next term is being, how do you think the next term is being generated? Yeah, of course, people have already said they're adding, but I like someone who said they are adding 3. I think that was an excellent response. Now, the next question is a bit hard. And the question is here. You're going to, let me first close the chat such that when I ask, people will be ready to give me the answer. I wanted to close the chat for now, such that no one posts. Okay. The next question, I open the chat like this, you write the answer immediately because the next question needs you to calculate. And the next question says, what is the next term? What is the next term? If you're ready, get to the chat. I open like this, you put the correct answer, and I'm going to sample the correct answers here. The chat is open. 14, Ahmed gives us 14, 14 for everyone. Okay, it's 14, good. Let me close. For those who have not written, it's well, but the answer is 14, because on 11, they are going to add, what? They are going to add 3 to give us 14. Correct. And maybe just to give one person chance to say the correct answer, how they are getting their answer as 14. And I'm going to give chance to Ashim. Ashim has not spoken anything, but he has given us the correct answer. Ashim, test your microphone. 1, 2, like someone has said. Ashim, you are among the first people to give us the correct answer. Ashim. I want everyone to speak. not only those who are putting up the hand. And this is the last time I'm giving Ashim chance. If you don't speak, I remove you out of the meeting. After all, the lesson is even over. Ashim, the last time, you must open your microphone or you go out of the meeting. Ashim can't speak anything. I'll be forced to take him out of the meeting, probably. Okay. Ashim, the last time I'm trying this one, you can't give us the first answer and you don't open the microphone. Where is the problem? Or you type in the chat, Ashim, where your problem is, such that I can give you another chance, or else you are going out of the meeting. Let me wait for that to come. But meanwhile, let me give chance to who? The same hands. I've never seen these hands up. Let me randomly pick someone here. Kisaka, Lydia. Lydia, can you say something? What was your answer? Or else you give an explanation why you can't speak, or else I put you out of the meeting. I think his mic is having a problem. I don't think it's a problem. My network is not stable. You can't say your network is not stable when you're hearing. I'll give you the last chance. If you don't speak, at least we hear that it is breaking, but you cannot fail to speak completely.
Yes, teacher, thank you for this opportunity.
How did you get 14, Ashim? Proceed.
How did I get my 14? This sequence was addition, right?
Yes.
So my next time, how did I get it? Are you getting?
Yes, I'm following.
The network is unstable.
The network is unstable. Okay, but at least you said something. Can we get someone to help him? I'm going to pick Augustine. Augustine, say something. Do you have your answer as 14? Augustine? Augustine? If Augustine can't speak, let me give a chance to Atim Shalom. Atim Shalom. Atim. I'll remove people from the meeting here. Atim Shalom. Okay. Atim, you better write here why you're not opening your microphone, or else you go out of the meeting. There are some of you who leave the phones there and you go and play, you don't even remain in class. Yes, Shalom, you can proceed.
Okay, the next number in the whatever sequence, I think it's 14.
Okay, how do you get 14?
Like you add 3, then you get 14. Because 2 plus 3 is 5. Then 5 plus 4 is 8. 8 plus 4 is 11. Then 11 plus again 3 is 14.
Okay, we are adding 3, not 4, like you said, but at least the answer is correct. Okay, the next question, I'm going to close the chat, of course, and give chance to people to read the question before they post their answers. Of course, we struggle to be among the first people to give the answer. Let's close the microphones for those people whose microphones are open. The next question here is, they have given you to study 15, 12, 9, 6. First question is, are they adding or they subtracting? I'll open the chat to see if they're adding or subtracting. The chat is open. Yeah, subtracting. Who was the first person to give? That was Aumza Jude, good. Nakibuka, good subtracting, and so many others, of course. I'll close the chat. For those who have not posted, sorry, but you'll post in next. Okay, what is the next term? 15, 12, 9, 6, and give us the next term. Let me give a chance to put your hand up if you're giving us the next term. This time round, I want to hear someone speak. Your hands are all down. I want to see someone who is sure. Angelina, proceed.
Thank you for this opportunity. I think the next term is 3.
And why is it 3?
It's subtracting. If you subtract 3 from 15, it remains 12. If you subtract 3 from 12, it remains 9. If you subtract 9 from 3, 3 from 9, it remains 6. If you subtract 3 from 6, it remains 3.
All right. Angelina has given us a good answer. Can we clap for Angelina? Go to reaction and clap for the girl. Yeah, some people, 9 people are clapping. Yes, now 13, 14, and so on. Yeah, Angelina, all those are your claps. Make sure you collect all of them and at least feel good. The next answer, let's post the answers in the chat for those who had seen the next answer in the next term, sorry, the quick sequence. And if you have a different one, post, everyone has 3, starting from Jeremiah. Jeremiah was the first to post. Then Zelma, then Ahmed, Nakibuka. Nakibuka has been so active, then Team Sharom and so on. Okay, I'll close the chat at that point. Okay, I'm going to display. I felt maybe time would allow, but I wanted you to think about how do these rules come up? Where do they get the rules? But unfortunately, we only have 8 minutes to go. But generating sequences, the rule is the key. And where do you think they get this rule? Does the rule come from heaven? When you see that they're adding 5, they're adding 8, where does this rule come from? And I got this boy who was wondering, and I added this picture here. And I'm imagining, where does this rule come from? And if you were the one, if you ask this question, where do these rules come from? Can you generate your own rule and say, I'm adding 5, or I'm adding 10, or I'm adding what? Can I hear from some people? Where do these rules come from if you are wonder? Yes, I want to give chance to everyone, but let me start with, I've kept seeing the same hands. Let me start with Aiden.
So I think it depends on the type of numbers you choose. So if it is like an odd number or an even number, then the sequence in between the both is to add or subtract by 2.
Aiden, you've not got the question well, but I said, where does the adding or subtract come from? Did we find it there, or people sit down and just think of how to? Where did it come from? And why do we limit ourselves to adding 2? Can we add 11? Aiden, do you think we can do that? And where do they come from?
I think, okay, according to what I think, you can add any sequence, according to any digit, you can add to 11 continuously as long as it gives a sequence that is flowing.
Okay, you can add anything provided the sequence flows. I've loved the last statement. Okay, let's hear from Alinda. Where do they come from?
You get the number which you're supposed to add when you subtract different number terms in a sequence. For example, in this sequence, where it's 2, 4, 6, if you subtract 4 from 2, you get 2. When you subtract 6 from 4, you get 2. So that's when you realize that the number required to be added to each number in each time in the sequence becomes 2.
Okay, yeah, that is a good one, Alinda. And I want to hear from now, yes, Ahmed. Do you think these rules can be generated? Can you generate a rule your own, or you find them when they have put it for you that you must use this? Ahmed,
Yeah.
what do you think these rules come from?
Tisha, I think my answer varies on like both of the instructions. Like it depends on the numbers that they have given you. Just like the previous one said, if the numbers are like 2, 4, 6, we will check are they increasing, are they decreasing to know if it's we are to add or we are to subtract. Let's say they're going from 2 to 4, then to 6. We will know that they are increasing, so we know that we have to add 2 to make the number again increase. Now, if we know that it's coming from 6, 4, then to 2, now we know that it is decreasing, so we know that now we have to subtract. And this is not only about the even numbers or the odd numbers. There's many times where they can give you random numbers, and while you're trying to when you try to like subtract and you find the number that you're subtracting, then you find that the numbers you have subtracted, the numbers that you have got down, right, they're either odd or they're either even, or they're sometimes triangular, compound, or prime factors. There can be many types of numbers like that.
Okay, yeah, thank you, Ahmed. We need to send Ahmed some flowers. I don't know if you know where the flowers are. Go under reactions and give Ahmed some flowers. I'll start by giving him my side. He has tried to, I don't know whether those are flowers that I have given, but something like fireworks or what, at least something that shows. I don't know how they call them. Yeah, or you can clap for him. Yeah, people have, at least he has tried to say you study the pattern and see. And I'm going to give chance to Treasure to wrap this up. Where do these sequences come from? Where do they come from? Treasure, you can start from there.
Teacher, me, I think that they are even numbers, because even numbers, they are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and many others. So I think they are even numbers.
Yes. Yeah, these are even numbers. But my question, unfortunately, is not directed to what is displayed here. I'm just imagining, why do they add that to your seeing? Why is it that they added it? Where does the 2 come from? Is it compulsory that we must add 2, we must add 3? Can you add 10? Can you add, where do they come from? Why they do? Okay, maybe you reorganize yourself and get there. But of course, the one that you've seen on the screen here, you've correctly explained it. These are even numbers, and they're adding 2 on every number to get what you're seeing here. But why do we add 5? Because they're telling us the rule is the key if you're to generate any sequence. Can I add 25? Can I add 40 and get a sequence? And if I'm to add, how do I know that it's a sequence? Okay, I'm going to give you sample tasks here for you to see how these sequences are generated. But let me try to hear what Matthew has, if you can maybe conclude this. Matthew is not ready. Matthew, can proceed. Nakibuka, you've not said anything. Matthew is not ready.
Teacher, I think we can get, according to my thinking, I think we can get, okay, for example, let's say the sequence is 2, 4, 6, 8. You can subtract the terms. You can say 4 minus 2 to know that to get 4, you have to add 2. So 2 plus 2 is 4, like that.
Yes, you can always add or subtract. At least I've seen that from that. Okay, normally this sequence, now let me tell you where this sequences come from. Normally you sit down and imagine, you say, okay, when you're generating any sequence, the first number is very important. For example, you can choose to start with 5. I'm showing you how you can choose to generate a sequence. You can start with 5. So on 5, you can choose to add or subtract or divide or multiply. For example, me, I want to choose to to multiply by 2. My next number will be 10. And if I multiply this by 2, my next number will be 20, like that. So I'm multiplying this by 2 and I'm generating a sequence. So the first number is very key and you must tell us the rule you're using. So what we do as teachers, we generate the first 2 or 3 terms in the sequence and we ask you to generate the last one. Like for those who saw the activity for today, number 1, then you saw this boy who was saving the money, 100, 200, 300, like that. We generated for you the first 3 days. We generated for you the first 4 days. Those are terms. And you were supposed to tell us what would he have saved on Friday, which was the 5th day, for example. So the first number is very key. You can start with 8 and you say I'm subtracting 1, so it goes to 7. It goes to something like that. So make sure you are sure of what you're doing and make sure you generate a sequence that always has a rule, because a rule is the key to any sequence. I have some examples here that I wanted us to see. The first example is saying, start with the 4 and add 3 each time. Start with the 4 and add 3. Start with the 4 and add 3. So you see that on a 4 is the one we are starting with. On a 4, we are adding 3 to get 7, to add this to get 10, to add this to get 13, and so on. And what will be the next answer in that sequence? Let me open your charts and at least you write something. 4, 7, 10, 13. How do you generate a sequence? They have told us start with the 4 and add 3, or each time you are adding, add 3. And I want to know which Okay, let me modify the question. Give me the next 2 terms. The next 2 terms from 13. Which one will be the next one and the last one? Give me the next 2 terms. Write them and separate with a command. Send at once. I'll open the chat and I want to read who gives us the first answer. Okay, the chat is open. 16 and 19 from Ahmed. Wow. 16, 19. 16, 19. 16, 19. Yes, everyone has 16, 19. Yeah, because of the speed, some people are not putting commas. Ahumuza Jude. Hope this is not a new number, 1,619. Maybe because of the speed. Yeah, make sure you put a comma. Make sure you put a comma. Yeah, no, okay. Hamza has confirmed it's not a new number. Okay, I think that is good. And how did you get 16 and 19? It's because you had understood the rule. The rule is very, very important in every sequence. Start by defining your rule and you can always help the people predict what your next term is, whether 5 terms or 6 terms and so on. So I will, because of time, I didn't want to go past this, and my network is becoming very slow here. So I want to assume you people have at least seen how to generate a sequence. I want to give you some 1 or 2 tasks for you to try and post in WhatsApp. Now, whoever did the activity, activity came from this lesson 1. So I'm going to collect all your work, send it back to me. Sorry about Hello. Okay, sorry about that. Is misbehaving here, but I was saying whoever has done the activity that I posted on WhatsApp, make sure you send it for marking. Make sure you put your name on top and send it again. And if you've not sent, please send. If you've sent, please wait until I mark. And in the next lesson, of course, we'll pick it up from there. But I want to display some work here before you go actually for your evening, only that my lab is taking its time to bring what I want. Finally, it has gone. So maybe before I display the question, is there any question that you feel you want to ask? I would want to answer your questions if you have any question. Put your hand up, and as I prepare to display this. Alinda, your hand has remained there. Tell me what exactly you wanted to say.
Sorry, sorry, I forgot to put down my hand.
Yeah, put down the hand if you've forgotten it. Treasure, your hand has remained up. Proceed. Treasure.
I wanted to ask which questions are there on WhatsApp?
On WhatsApp, we have activities. There were 3 questions. I will display them for those who would have remained here for another about 5 minutes as I get my laptop on. I'll display them here. You take a screenshot.
Okay, teacher. That's all I
Luboa,
have.
what was that? Okay, thank you. Luboa, I see your hand is up.
Excuse me, teacher. When shall we have our next lesson?
Next lesson is next week, same time.
Oh, okay.
Next week, same time. Make sure you have a timetable to avoid making mistakes. The next hand is from Galaxy Note 8.
Hello, Patricia.
Hello. Patricia from
Division also allowed.
I was asking, is division also allowed in the sequence?
Yes, division is allowed. You study the sequence and see whether it is division or addition or what, but division is allowed, even multiplication. Okay,
thank you.
I think you're welcome. And Jacqueline, your hand is up. As Jacqueline is asking the question, can we see the next example? The next example is here. The next example says, start with 1 and multiply it by 2 each time. I want to see that sequence. Wait to close everyone's microphone. Task is there. Start with 1 and multiply by 2 each time. Can you write that sequence in the chat? Start with 1 and add and multiply it by 2. Let's write the first 4 terms. The first one would be 1. Second one would be what? Up to make them 4 and post them in the chat. And when you're posting in the chat, separate them with commas. Don't write 1, then other people have written again, you add the 2. It makes it look as if you actually don't know what you're writing. Make sure you know where the comma is. Don't hurry to send when you've not finished to write. I want to see the first 4 terms of this sequence. They are saying start with 1 and multiply 2 each times you write. So the first one would be 1, the second one obviously would be 2, like that, like that. Type the first 4 and we see. 1, 2, yeah, people have. Okay, 1, 2, 4, 8, 1, 2, 4, 8. Yeah, almost everyone has got this right. Then make sure you take screenshots of these slides. You will make your notes using them. And the third example is here. Let me start by closing the chat such that I can give people a chance to first think before they write. The third example is here. That the example is here. S24 Ultra, your name is not indicated here, so I can't know. What is it that you want to say? Your hand is up. I can't hear anything.
I was asking.
Yes, please.
I like, are you
Do what?
getting me?
No? Proceed, proceed.
I was like, is the lesson once a week or?
Yeah,
Is
the
the
lesson is
lesson
always once a week.
is the lesson once a week?
Yeah, lesson is once a week. Next time we are meeting again will be next week on Wednesday.
Hello?
Your network is not good. I'm going to type in the chat the answer. Angelina, what do you want to tell us? Are you giving us the answer?
Maybe next.
I was asking, next time are we meeting?
Next time we're meeting on Wednesday next week.
Next time.
Oh, next term.
On Wednesday. Okay.
Yeah, it's Wednesday next week. Patience G. I'm seeing two patience G's here. First, explain to me. Are you the same person? Patience G. Genevieve, I think.
Yes.
Okay, ask your question quickly.
I'm like, I'm not having the WhatsApp number.
I'm going to share the link such that you can join. Okay, let me open the chat for people to give me the sequence. Let's write the sequence there if you've generated it. The first number is 10. Give me the first 4. People have written many. I think that is very good from you. This Atim Sharom, very good. Then the numbers are looking different. Subtract 1. Okay, from 10. Sharom, this one has a problem, I think. Sharom, you needed to check your work. Then apart from Sharom, I think the rest are okay. I see the rest are okay. Sharom, you might have to explain that answer if that is your answer. Yeah, the rest is looking good. Let me just sample people's names here. Aiden, correct. Sharom, having an issue. You were subtracting 2 instead. Joshua, correct. Nakibuka, correct. Audrey, correct. Lugoa, correct. Someone using Galaxy Note 8, correct. The girl. Then we have Lady B. This could have been B. Isoboka. I'm forgetting that name, but that is correct. Jude Ahumuza, correct. Treasure, correct, and so on. I may not read everyone. Yeah, Atim Shalom has corrected himself, but now Atim, you've added 10, 9, then 87. You forgot to put a comma. Okay. So maybe that is it, what we can talk about. Yeah, in the next lesson, we'll study so many things, but I want to leave. I wanted you to try this out. I wanted you to learn how to generate a sequence yourself, but time may not allow. But I wanted you to become a rule master. Think about a rule yourself, show us what you come up with, and your friends to find out if what you've said is correct or not. I wanted you to put this in the chat. Unfortunately, time can't allow. I want to just display one question here for you to go back home with, and it is going to be about, I wanted this scenario to be about a plant that is growing 2 centimeters each week. And the scenario is there. Let's write it down in our books, and it's the work that I'm going to mark on WhatsApp. You're going to take this and add on the activities that you had earlier, such that we mark it, all of it at once. The work is there. Make sure you write it down and go with it as you go. Of course, I'll give chance to a few questions before we end the meeting. I'll start by Treasure. Your hand has remained up. You have something, Bunny.
Excuse me, teacher.
Yes, Treasure.
Okay, rain is raining here, so I wanted to ask that should we copy that work?
Yeah, copy it down such that you answer the answers. I mean, you give the answers and put on WhatsApp.
Okay, thank you, teacher.
And for those who, because of time, for those who may not be on WhatsApp, send me a message directly. I add you on WhatsApp, or you can post your work directly to me. WhatsApp, I've left that number there. When you're posting your answers, make sure you introduce yourself as a senior 1 student. Make sure your name is appearing on that paper, then send the work. After that, I will mark and post the answers on WhatsApp. Someone using Galaxy, ask your question.
Patricia, I wanted to my name, not Galaxy.
Hey, can I know your name then?
Patricia.
Patricia.
Yes.
Patricia Namayanja. I've corrected that. Patricia Namayanja. Which school is that? Now that one is P2, P3. Patricia, which school?
Guidance.
Okay.
Your good counsel.
Have you seen the activity that you're supposed to submit?
Yes.
Okay. This activity, they are telling us week 1, 7 centimeters, week 2, 9 centimeters. And I have put for you some small trees that are growing up down here. And can we do it? Can we do it? There are so many tasks here. The last one that I wanted you to do, number 3, task number 3, and it was talking about bacteria. I don't know if you've ever seen a bacteria, but there is a mango here that I have showed you that has been affected by bacteria. I wanted to generate my scenario. These mangoes that you see, when you find a mango that looks like this, it has bacteria. If you put in the microphone, in the microscope, you might never like to eat mangoes again. But what I want to encourage you is always avoid such mangoes, or else when you get what I want to, the value I want to leave you with is that every time you're about to eat a fruit, make sure you wash it. I want to show you the bacteria. A scenario is here that bacteria doubles every hour. And I was giving you a scenario that maybe in 1 hour, it doubles twice, 2 hours, 4, 3 hours, 8, like that. And the question is, how many bacteria after 4 hours? And what is the rule? This would be another good question on sequencing and pattern. But because of time, we may not be able to finish everything. I want to thank you for attending, and I want to end the lesson here with a closing prayer. Someone should give us a closing prayer and we all leave here and go for our evening. Let's get a closing prayer. Namayanja, you want to give us a closing prayer? You can proceed.
I thank the Lord for this lesson, and I may ask Lord to bless you and all the people who are in this on this session. Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much, Patricia Namayanja, from Our Lady. I didn't get that school so well. She has given us a closing prayer. And let's type amen in the chat at least. The prayer was very brief. And I'm going to end the recording, and you'll be free to ask any question before you leave. And I will open the microphone for everyone at least to say amen as you go. Make sure the amen is loud enough for people to give.
Amen.
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 Teacher.
Amen.